Alright, how's it going? Today we're doing Grasp of Avarice solo floors on Hunter this time. We're using Arcstrider with Gathering Storm and Assassin's Cowl, along with Combination Blow, a 1-2 punch shotgun, the Lament, and a blinding grenade launcher. This build is going to be very much an ability spam build. So much so that we're not actually going to be planting any rally flags. Just because I felt like not doing it. And because I had full ammo on the start of every encounter, just about. Anyway, so to start off with, we're going to go for this weakened Acolyte, thanks to the Fallen. And we're going to start picking up engrams from the Hive. These engrams will give you a 30-second timer to your death, unless you pick up another or deposit them by a crystal. What I mean by that is you should just stand by the crystal. Picking up 10 engrams or a multiple of 10 will give you your abilities back, including a super, as you saw just there. And to continue this encounter, or sorry, to finish this encounter, you have to pick up a certain amount of crystals and engrams and deposit it by the crystal. For the first one, here you need 50 in total, and it goes down at about 2 every 1 second when you stand by it, and it also pauses the countdown timer so you won't die. To spawn more enemies, all you have to do is sort of get away from the cave once they stop spawning, and since we get our abilities back so fast, we can just spam our super to clear them out very quickly. Now we're just going to stand by the crystal and deposit the rest of what we need to. And that'll drop us down and let us continue. Now, for this we're just going to run straight through it, except we're going to use the blinding grenade launcher to disable the Shrieker, so it doesn't bother us. Going to shoot it again, so we can just run straight through, and by the time it's back in action, we'll be gone. So now we're coming on to the trap section. Just follow what I do and you'll be completely fine. You want to start off with the second door here. You want to jump over the pressure plate on the floor, hit the switch at the end, which will open up this tunnel here. You want to stand on this platform and let it drop down, and then mantle up here. Hit this switch, and go out. Almost screwed the jump up there. Now you want to jump up to the top and go to the far right pipeline over here. Well, anyway, you want to go to the side, this right side, so to avoid that trap, and then just run through. Hit this switch. We've now got a little bit of a jumping section, which we're going to skip over because we can. We're going to time our jumps and put sword swings in between them so we can just sort of get to the end very easily. Gonna hit this switch up here. So we'll open up the far door and spawn a Shrieker. We're gonna throw a grenade at it. Since we killed the jolted target, it'll get us amplified, and we're gonna use a speed booster to do some fun things. We're going to hit this switch at the end. Trying to do that while sprinting is a bit annoying, but hey. We're then going to jump over to the far side again Thanks to the speed booster, it's quite simple, but you can do it without, it's just very tight. Now we just gotta flip some more switches, to open up some doors, and eventually we'll spawn the Scorch Vandal, which is the second part of... sorry, the second mechanic of this dungeon. We're just punching things to get our health and invisibility going, just to make things a lot safer and simpler. Once we hit the third switch, that'll open up this area here with the Scorch Vandal. Just gonna do some punching. Now that we've got the Scorch Cannon, we're gonna shoot this little piece of fallen machinery. We're gonna hold down the button and wait till we hear it overcharge twice, I guess. Yeah, and then we'll be able to pass through. You can also shoot 3 normal shots in quick succession to do the same thing. Now, something I didn't do on my other runs for some reason is not just bring the Scorch Cannon up to the next bit, so I thought might as well do it here. Now I'm taking these jumps slowly because if you saw there, if I did it quickly, it would have eaten my first jump because I was already in midair and I would have not made it. It's the one thing about under jumps is they're fairly finite. As I said before, we're on full ammo, so I don't need a rally flag, so I'm just going to jump straight over. Now I'm going to hit the piece of machinery from over there, and then run into cover. Unfortunately I miss it, so I'm just going to hit it again and do it properly this time. Now this is going to open up this area here with Hive, which you can kill for some spoils. Spoils, riches, you know what I mean when I say it, right? Gonna get the right weapon out before I want to punch. There we go. Now we're just gonna continue to punch everything. We're keeping hold of the Scorch Cannon so it doesn't despawn, because it will despawn after a certain amount of time after you pick it up and drop it, is what I mean. Anyway, so now we're going to hit the thing on the far side and we're just going to run straight over. Thankfully, Prizia killed the second Scorch Vandal for us, which makes things a bit simpler, but whatever. We're going to start off with the super, because we might as well use it, because we're going to get it back immediately. Yep, super's back. We need 25 engrams in total to start the damage phase. So once we've got that, we're just going to go to the crystal and hide behind it while everything tries to shoot us. We're going to do some thrall punching to get not only armor charge but also amplified. Once you hear the noise, that's when the damage phase will start. We start with the Arc Staff, and then we go in with the Lament, using the 2 light, 1 heavy, 2 light combo. And once the Arc Staff is done, we throw a grenade to add extra jolt to do even more DPS to Prizia. He is desyncing a bit because I'm throwing him around the place. However, I did get to do a good maybe 30% to his health, which is fine because I'll be able to make it up and do a clean 3-phase. So, now we're just going to do the same thing again. Except this time we don't have combination blow, but who cares about that? And once we got 25, we're going to go back to the crystal. This time we've actually got some thrall coming up to us, which is great. I want to kill at least 2, that way you'll jolt 1 and get amplified. I want to wait for the damage phase, then get the arc staff out. Then go for the lament. You want to watch out for desync errors. You can easily tell when they're going to happen. If you push Prysure with the lament, that means he's going to teleport back to where he was, just like that happened there. I pushed him there, now he's going to teleport back, see? Now, you might notice I did pick up an engram there, so I'm just going to stand by the crystal to get rid of it. You should always look out for that in case that happens to you, because that is a run ender. Now this time we're actually going to have to kill the Scorch Vandal ourselves. And then we're just going to go and start this up again. Now we're going to wait for him to actually turn around, then throw the arc stuff out, and then go for a bit more lament. Once he gets low, he'll start charging you, however, he sort of gives up after a bit. I actually run out of lament ammo there, but I do get the grenade kill, and we're going on to the next bit. So now we're here at the Spire section. You want to hit the left button, not the right one. Get on your Spire immediately and just follow this path that I take. You've got some mines you have to defuse by being underneath them for a small amount of time. That will happen. As you can see there, you can just go straight through it and you'll be fine. There are also mine timer extenders, such as that button that we just passed. If you hear that noise, you'll have extended the time. And so yeah, just follow this path and you'll be golden. Want to be careful not for your sparrow not to explode, but doesn't matter too much. And so once we've done that, we're going to go through these caves. Now we're coming up to the Fallen Shield encounter. Now we're not going to bother rallying here either, because I'm not going to use any ammo. Or I think I fired one shotgun shot. Anyway, so for this, all you gotta do is find 4 servitors, kill them, and launch their bodies into the middle. I couldn't see the servitor initially, so I thought he'd be on the bit behind the Great Sphere. However, I just saw him now on the right. So I'm gonna have to replot my course and go around to the right side, like so. To kill the servitor, you need to pick up 20 engrams and deposit them in the little crystal area, which will drop the shields and then allow you to damage it. For this, all we're going to do is just punch everything, because it's very simple, very easy, and very effective. Don't even need to use a shotgun for any of this, which is very nice. You want to kill the Scorch Vandal at any point, just don't pick up the Scorch Cannon, and the despawn timer won't activate. Once we've got 20 engrams, we're going to stand in the middle, and then just lethal current punch with combination blow times 3, and take out the servitor like so. Just trying to push him past all these dregs. And once he's rolling towards the man cannon, he'll be fine, because they are magnetized quite heavily towards the center of that little platform. Now we're going to go to the next one. Found him's just to our right. So I'm just going to go up there and do the same thing, really. And once we got 20, I'm going to try to keep up combination blow by mailing some dregs in the middle while we're waiting. Then we're just going to push the guy down, find the Scorch Vandal, take him out, And fire away. For some reason that didn't work. So I'm just going to shoot again. Now I've found the next one, he's on our right again. So we're just going to go over to him. And start punching away. Now we've got the ball stuck in the middle, in the corner, which is always fun. All you have to do for that, though, is just jump on top of it and start rolling it over like a... I don't know. That shouldn't be how it works, but whatever. Let's just go with it. And now the last one is again to our right. Although the cannon looks like it should be there, we do have to realign it once more. And do the same thing. Now we've got to realign the cannon because we already used it. And there we go. Send it off. And then we're going to wait for it to realign and send ourselves off. And now straight up into the Great Sphere, where we're going to fight Captain Avarice. Now this fight is pretty similar mechanically to all the others, except for one difference. The way to spawn engrams is to sort of get them out of containers by charging up the fallen machinery. I'll show that in a second, but first we have to deal with a little bit of annoyance known as Captain Avarox's crew. We're going to blind them, and we're going to throw down the arc staff to try to get as much damage up as possible, and use Lament while everything's in the clear. The Shank can be finished, like so, however the Marauder cannot. The Marauder also has 10 engrams on him, which I thought I just heard explode, but I could be wrong. No, anyway. So we're just going to try to 1-2 punch this guy down. There we go. And we're going to take out the Scorch Vandal for good measure. Now you need 60 engrams in total to start Captain Avarox damage phase, and I'll show you the best way to get those right now. You want to stand on this platform here, and you'll just be staying there the whole time because you can see 2 of the 3 fallen machinery things from here, and since you can't use the same one in twice in succession, you will be finding yourself at the best advantage by placing yourself here, because you can alternate between one and the other. So since we've dumped 10 already, we need 50 in total, and we're just about to get that. You want to kill some guys to get some armor charge up, but you don't want to kill all of them. Leave 1 or 2. I think 1 would be fine actually. And what you want to do is you want to wait until you get down to very low amount, so about 5 or 3 as I do. And then you want to run back, get some melee kills for some armor charge, and also to get amplified. If you want to get amplified easily, all you have to do is get a lethal current, blow, final blow, whatever. Anyway, so once the damage phase starts, we're going to start off with the Arc Staff and go for the Lament, just as before. This is going to be a much more comfortable 3-phase, strangely enough. That's because the damage phase lasts for quite a bit longer. And there we go, that's about about 35% of Avarox's health down in one phase. So now comes the hard part, because now we have to deal with Avarox's crew without an Arc Staff. Or so you might think. What we're going to do is we're going to just spawn 10 engrams, so we get our Arc Staff, and we're just going to use that to take out Avarox, well, Shank anyway. So we're just going to drop 10. And once we're done that, we're going to fire the Arc Staff at the Shank. Unfortunately I miss, but the Shank decides to stay in the blast radius anyway. You also want to blind the Shank while you're in the middle, because he does do quite a lot of damage. And you can also use the Lament aerial attack as well as a finisher to take him out. Now that we've done that, we're going to want to get another 10 and use that to kill the Marauder. However, you don't have to. I instead opt to just using the Lament until I run out of ammo, which is now. So yeah, this unfortunately does slow down the run quite a lot, as I get pretty unlucky on ammo drops. And since I do use a lot of Lament ammo for a damage phase, I don't want to be caught with my pants down without any ammo halfway through the phase. Should be noted that having 2 special weapons does increase the amount of heavy ammo dropped. However, it doesn't seem to be always the most helpful. There's 1 brick, fortunately. So we're going to use that. Well, no, actually we're just going to use Combination Blow to take out the Marauder. Going to pick up his 10 engrams after taking out this Scorch Fan, because we might as well. And now we're just going to kill everything we can to get as much ammo as possible. There's another. And now since I've killed everything, I'm just going to go and hope that I have enough ammo to suffice for the damage phase. So I need, I believe, 40 more. So I do manage to miss that one there, which means the timer does get a bit dicey. As you can see, I'm turning red. But fortunately, I do manage to save it. I have 1 shot left, so I had better make it count. Fortunately, I do. And I'm just going to stand still just so I don't accidentally let go of the cannon. Fortunately, we do manage to get full ammo now as well, which is great. So now we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to wait till we have very few engrams left, and then go get some armor charge stacks and get amplified. Now we're going to toss out the arc staff and go for the same thing again. Then throw the grenade to get some more jolt going. And once again with feeling, we shall do this. Just gotta wait to get some health back, then we can get some 10 engrams and Arc Staff the Shank. And that'll allow us to kill the Marauder, and then we just get the rest of the engrams, and we're done. This time I actually hit the Shank. It's actually easier to hit him from a distance than it is from up close, as well as the fact that throwing the Arc Staff does actually push you back a bit, so you don't want to be in mid-jump while doing that. I do get a bit risky here, because the thing doesn't actually put the Shank in finisher range, it puts you a tiny bit out of it. So you want to either do some blinding grenades until he gets into the finisher range, or just use the Lament to finish him off. Now I'm just going to go for some more ammo, because I sorely need it. Now we're just going to get some more engrams. Only 10 this time because we still want to kill the Marauder. And then we might as well use an Arc Staff for it. First we have to find the bugger. You can tell where he is because he uses a weapon that no one else in this place uses, which is the slow firing tracking thing there. Or you can just use your eagle eyes and see where he is. So he's got an Arc Staff stuck in him. I'm just going to finish him off with a bit of Lament. We're going to dunk his engrams. Now, you should also remember how many you have dunked. That's 30 in total I've dunked, so I need 30 more. I almost got 40 more, which is not an run ender, but it's just a lot of damage time lost, because you have to continue to deposit those engrams. No, still looking for ammo right now. Then I thought, no, I'm just gonna go for it, balls to the wall, because why not? So now that we got 30, we're just gonna deposit them all, or almost all of them. Now fortunately, I'm right on time for the next wave of enemies to spawn on this platform, so I'm just gonna kill them all, get a heavy drop, which is very useful, and we're gonna deposit the final 3, and get going with this final damage phase. And there we have it. That was Grasp of Avarice Solo Flawless on a Hunter during Season of the Deep. Hope you all enjoyed, hope you found this helpful. If you did, a like and subscribe would be greatly appreciated, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye!